all. My name is Shreya Sharma and I am a student at Institute of Management, Nirma University. It is my privilege to be bestowed with the opportunity to be a part of Glory, Growth and Livelihood Opportunities for Rural Youth, where we are driven by the purpose to co-create sustainable livelihood opportunities and unlock rural potential. My warm gratitude to all the dignitaries who have graced today's Glory Meet. Without you, this event would not have been possible. Now, I would like to introduce Mr. Devender Singh, the Chief Program Officer at Glory and the founder of WLFLO, with love from loved ones. Mr. Singh is a social entrepreneur who has created sustainable livelihood opportunities for people from rural India by facilitating eco-friendly products for a sustainable world. Furthermore, he is working endlessly towards reducing the socio-economic disparity and making made in Bharat products accessible worldwide. I thank you, sir, for socially uplifting our nation and its people. You are an inspiration to us all. Now, I would request Mr. Devender Singh to take the Glory Meet forward.
Thank you very much, Shreya, for the warm welcome and your kind words. Greetings with folded hands and my deepest reverence to all from the sweetest part of the world, Bengal, India. My heartiest welcome to all the amazing people for their leadership and amazing work in their respective spheres. We have gathered here to take another step towards glory of humanity, to put in our humble efforts to redefine glory as growth and livelihood opportunities for rural youth. Glory is Pan-India program working for glory of Bharat. In respective states, Glory envisions to work closely with government departments, conscious brands and businesses originating from or operating in the state. In Bengal, we are humbly putting in our efforts for glory of Bengal. Today, we will discuss and see how Glory is prepared to co-create over 1 million livelihoods in rural India, with focus on state-level operations. Friends, we are joined by Mrs. Tinku Rajiv Gupta ji, Executive Vice President, ICIB. We are joined by Shri Pradeep Kumar ji, IEDS, Director, MSME Development Institute, Patna. Shri Pradeep Kumar has also worked on deputation as Additional Secretary, Department of Industries, Government of Bihar. Dr. Pradeep Mahapatra, Assistant Director, Employment, IC, NCSC, Kolkata. Dr. Puneet Saurav, Professor, Nirma University, Ahmedabad. Professor Sanghamitra from IEM, UEM, Kolkata. Shri Sumit Agarwal, who is featured on Forbes India and multiple publications, PR entrepreneur, Disability and Inclusion, United Nations Sustainable Development Goal Ambassador. Shri Arup Rakshitji, representative of Weavers Community, India, and founder of MGGSS. We are also joined by brilliant students from Nirma University and several other guests. Friends, we all know the entire human civilization is facing several challenges, such as pollution, loss of livelihood, discrimination, growing socio-economic divide, etc. Let me talk about the solution that we have been working upon. Let me talk about what we have done and how we have played our part so far. In 2015, we started WLFLO, with love for loved ones, a sustainable social venture which is in the business of doing good. We design and implement programs based on multidimensional approach which address the complex challenges of humankind. I myself went to a village in the suburbs of Kolkata started skilling women and men from lower socioeconomic background in basic courses such as stitching and embroidery. We interviewed 34 differently abled people from the department of Dr. Mahapatra. And once these people were skilled, we saw immense confidence in their eyes. We then roped in experts from jute industry, fashion designers from NID and NIFT, and we opened a small unit to make eco-friendly bags. Then we started making world-class eco-friendly handcrafted products, which are indigenous in nature. Bags made of jute, cotton, canvas, which we proudly label as Made in Bharat. This is how the journey started. And then we started approaching conscious organizations and individuals and started marketing the products. And with the help of amazing organizations like I Am Calcutta, Hyper Exchange, IEM, UEM, ISKCON, and several other international brands, we started marketing Made in Bharat products in different parts of the world. Now, friends, let me play a small video for you all to have a look at the journey. WLFLO's objective is to make eco-friendly, indigenous, handcrafted products accessible to the whole world. We make bags made of jute, cotton, canvas, bamboo, and banana fiber, proudly labeled as Made in Bharat. The mission is to create sustainable livelihood opportunities in rural and urban parts of India, enabling people to earn livelihood with dignity. WLFLO is with love for loved ones, for the sake of love of people, environment, and diverse cultures. We believe every human being has possibilities infinite. We simply create value and opportunities for everyone around us. We envision to nurture traditional handicraft businesses of India. We train people from lower socioeconomic background and differently able community. We train people, we set up training and manufacturing facilities in villages, help manage production, marketing, and promotion of products of rural India. Thank you very much. I hope you all have enjoyed this video. Friends, now let me invite Dr. Puneet Saurav to share his thoughts, as Dr. Saurav has been a part of my journey since last 14 years. I would request Dr. Puneet Saurav to share his thoughts on what he thinks about glory and will.
Uh, First of all, good evening, a very good evening to all my students, all the guests over here. When I talk about guests, I believe that they're all part of the family. Whether I'm talking about Tinku Madam, I'm talking about Sangamitra Madam, I'm talking about Sanjeev Saab, or Dr. Pradeep Mahapatra, Arup Ji, or Umang Shivam, Pradeep Ji. They're all part of the WLFLO family. That is what I believe, and all my dear students. So I'm part of the family. I consider myself a part of the family from the very day I know Devendra Saab. I've been knowing him since close to 14 years now. And I believe that I've been truly impressed by his dedication and his commitment to upliftment of the society. To that extent, I have always given him a blank check, and I'll give that for my entire life. I'll tell this to you, that is how I see him, more like my brother, more like someone who the country requires for the emancipation of the society. I, I'll give you countless examples based on the interaction that we had happened. The first interaction when he came down to IIT Kharagpur, and I was the innovation manager for one of our programs that was for the funding of an innovation that was probably like MPAS, isn't it, Devendra Saab? That is 14 years back. Mobile
Absolutely.
Presence Authentication System, as far as I know, that is the name.
I was about 23 then, 22 to
Yes,
23.
right. And that was the very first interaction. In fact, at that point of time, I was probably 26 or something. 3 years of 26 or 27, 27, right? And that was the first time that we interacted, but then our interactions grew. I was handling government innovation funding program. We are planning to set up incubation centers at IIT Kharagpur. We ended up setting up School of Entrepreneurship there. We brought in all sort of incubation funding facilities over there, and we wanted to have some sort of connect with the grassroots also. And Devendra Saab fitted the best. So beyond that, we started working together. It was not just connected to the TEP program of the Government of India, the MSME Center. We had an MSME Center that was of news, that should be of news to Pradeep Saab. And we wanted to actually take it and scale it to a different level, because of MSME Center, when you have an innovation center there and you have so many people, not just people who are from IIT Kharagpur, the students, the administrators, the faculty members who could get benefited, but when it was open for the entire northeast, eastern part of the country, and that is what is the real, uh, I believe that is, to that extent we're looking at scaling up the center where everyone could come over and get some sort of benefit from the center in terms of funding, in terms of scaling up their own venture. Then we worked together. In fact, Devendra Saab talked about WLFLO, and we shared, I believe, countless number of hours. We started discussing on certain things, move forward on different other ventures as well parallel to that. And we kept on working with WLFLO. In fact, my students also kept on working on developing a case out of it. That still is a case in progression. We are still working on that case. And I'm sure that we'll have a time when we'll be able to finish that case. But what is more important is that within this 7, 8, 9 years that we have seen WLFLO working, it has grown, it has matured. And now we are talking about the Glory platform. And I'm quite sure that this platform will actually be able to do things which we had prophesied, which we had planned. And this is all based on a plan. We're talking about business planning. Sometimes it happens that the plans do not work. And every time you have to think much beyond the plan. In many cases, we do that as well. But those things, those disruptions sometimes cannot be taken into consideration because they may come at any point of time. At this point of time, we have the Black Swan event. We know that as the COVID. We don't know whether the third wave is imminent or not. But remember that when we talk about the bottom of the society, we do understand that there's a fortune at the bottom of the society. This is what C.K. Prahlad talked about. Somehow, it is our responsibility. I am a faculty, you are a student, you might be the heads of the governments. Remember that unless we work together to ensure that these people at the bottom of the society get emancipated, we are not doing our job. I'm not a professor doing a job. You're not a student doing a job. We are nothing. We are not doing our job. How do we ensure that those people at the bottom of the pyramid get those their own necessities, requirements fulfilled? Somehow that's the question, how to connect with each other. Somehow we need to work together, and somewhere people like committed people like Devendra Saab needs to, bridge the gap so that we can cross the chasm. This is what is more important, and I'll tell you my commitment is there. If at one point of time you want to build a bridge uh, over the society, and you require me to lie down on the bridge over my body, I'll do that, because that is what I am. I would definitely like to be as committed. When you tell me, I'll lie down so that people can cross over me. With these words, I'm really thankful that you gave me the opportunity to speak my views. But let me tell you, my commitment is there. My students' commitment are there. And when we talk about Pradeep Saab, you are from Bihar, I am from Bihar. I don't know, you are from Odisha, but you're serving Bihar. That's your Karma Bhumi. Bihar is my place where I was born. And
Dr.
every
Saurav,
day, my heart weeps for Bihar.
Dr.
I
Saurav, we have
hope that I can do something about it.
right. Dr.
Okay,
Saurav,
Devendra Saab.
Dr. Saurav, we are lucky to have two Pradeep sir with us. One is Shri Pradeep Kumar ji. He is from
Okay,
Bihar, the MSME
okay,
director. And we
okay.
also have Dr. Pradeep Mahapatra. He is from Odisha. And now
Yes,
he is working in Kolkata, and he is more Bengali than me or any one of us.
okay. See, we are
So,
all cosmopolitan. I studied at IIT Kharagpur for 7 years and ended up being a Bengali. So now I can recite Rabindra Sangit as well.
wonderful, wonderful. Thank you very much for your lovely thoughts. And
Thank
we
you,
all are
thank you. Thank you for
Indians.
giving me the opportunity, Devendra Saab.
Thank you. Thank you. We all are Indians, and we are humans. And what drives us is the divine within. So thank you very much for your encouraging words and the never-ending support that you always render. I must say that it is the encouragement from people like you which gives us the strength to put in all the more efforts, whatever we have, you know. And my father once told me that for a family to grow, every member of the family must work. So I wonder, how can the country grow if 70% of the rural population is not given an opportunity to participate in the development of the nation? And it is this spirit which has led us to start Glory. It is for glory of Bharat. It is for glory of humanity. Besides investing our time and whatever resource we have, one thing that we have been investing is our emotions. And I think emotional investment is the biggest form of investment and the most strongest form of investment which will help us take forward. Now, I also want to share with you that the as per the last census of Government of India, we have about 2% people with disability, about 2%.
No, no,
I consider,
no, it is 3%. Am I audible?
right? Yes, yes. Thank you for correcting me, Dr. Mahapatra. It's 3%, and I wonder if every person with disability would need one assistant. That means 6% of the total population of India is not participating in the mainstream development. So beyond emotions, if we think from the rational point of view, it becomes pertinent for us to create opportunities for our fellow citizens who have some sort of disabilities. But I know that nature has blessed us with one positive quality which defines the very existence of each one of us. So it is this thought which encouraged us to open WLFLO platform for people with disability, and that is how we got in touch with Dr. Mahapatra, and we started interviewing differently abled people. I would request Dr. Mahapatra to share your thoughts, how we interacted with your department and how we interviewed, and later you also paid a visit, Dr. Mahapatra, to one of our units where we started induction and training. So we will be grateful to you if you could share your thoughts, please.
Nice. Welcome to everybody. Am I audible? Am I
Yes,
audible to?
you
Yes.
are.
Yes. So when WLFLO started at the beginning stage, we from the Government of India, and that is our office is under the Government of India Ministry of Labor and Employment Department, and we are working all over the India. And at present, we have uh, I think 24 you know, office all over India, and we have one office in each state. Accordingly, we are doing the work for the uh, vocational training and providing vocational training to the persons with disabled, and then after that providing the vocational training, then we will trying to rehabilitate them through um, through different skill acquired, and by providing them the different self-employment opportunities after getting the vocational training. They will get they will start their own venture so that they can earn their little livelihood, and they can sustain throughout their life. So this is a well motto by the Government of India, and it is being implemented all over India through these centers. So here that vocational training is not a formal training, it is just informal training, and through that, like that, different NGOs are also being correlated with our departments, and they are also taking the help from our department through by mm, providing the training, and then we are also guiding them, and we are that evaluating with the candidates. We are also helping the candidates to complete the training. After that, how they can the candidate can be self-employed, from where they will get the finance, and then how they will earn the money, how they will market their own products, so that they can earn a little bit by which they can survive throughout their life. This is the main motto of the Government of India, and accordingly we are also correlating with different NGOs, those who are coming forward to do the work for the development of the persons with disability. So here, our evaluation point from Government of India is very, we are evaluating them from physical point of view, from social point of view, from their psychological point of view. We are evaluating them, and accordingly, with whatever the residual capacity they possesses, accordingly we are providing the training, and then uh, after we are implementing for different earning sources. So when WLFLO started this thing at the beginning stage, they have invited to our center. Accordingly, I was being the part of it, and I thought that it is in the Rajarhat, and they are beginning the work. So I have counseled different candidates, those who are registered under our center, to go and join hands with the WLFLO, and then after they are also getting the training from the WLFLO, and then they are also now started to earn. So it may be a very little amount, but they are being survived with their own effort. So this is the most important motto of the different NGOs, that they are coming forward and they are helping people in the rich, in the very downtrodden areas, in the rural areas. So these are very important things. So if the NGOs give the social support, like these NGOs people and those who have that they are coming with their own motions to do something for the poor people. So this is very important thing. So this type of intention should be there with all the NGOs and with the society, so that that we can think for the development of the PW persons with disability. So I think WLFLO will do good work. And now, as I am being the charge of West Bengal as well as Tripura also, so I have to look after both the states. And if WLFLO will come forward, then we will think for this Northern Pargana district as a whole, and like that also we can go for the go for the entire West Bengal, that how the people can earn through this good motto by the WLFLO. It is very nice thing that I could get the opportunity to say something here. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Mahapatro. Thank you very much for extending your support. I must say, it is officers like you which really put the country into a mission mode. And as you have extended your support always, we have made a commitment to ourselves that we will definitely put in all whatever we have to create sustainable livelihood for people to earn their livelihood with dignity. Dignity is very important. That is what helps people rekindle hope. And now let me share some practical aspects of WLFLO. What we did, the first thing is we shortlisted people, we invited them, then we shortlisted places where these operations would be carried out. We created infrastructure, we trained people, and we also started production units. We started providing design thinking services. Then we started with marketing. Friends, various departments and government of various states and the central government and organizations are putting in a lot of efforts. They're doing amazing work in creating backward linkages. But something that needs immediate attention is creation of forward linkage, the marketing support. And I'm sure Azad Saab would also agree with me that marketing is the most important need for MSME. And I'm sure,
right, Mr. Devendra Singh.
Yes.
Will you allow me to speak further, because I have to go somewhere else after some time now. So will you allow me to speak something just now?
Sure. So we would definitely love to hear your profound perspectives and impactful practices, Kumar Saab, and that's the reason why we all have gathered here. So allow me 30 seconds so that I could prepare the stage for you.
No, okay, you take 30 seconds, 40 seconds, no issue.
Okay, thank you very much. So the reason why we had given a brief introduction of WLFLO is to let you know which is the direction where we are heading towards and how we are going to co-create the opportunities, and now as we have the director MSME DI Patna, and Kumar Saab is the person who is going to prepare the policies and implement the policies in the entire Bihar. So it becomes very important for us to understand what he expects from an organization like us.
Thank you.
Please, over to you, Kumar Saab.
Thank you. So nice of you, Mr. Devendra Singh, and good evening to everyone. As Mr. Devendra Singh has told a lot of things about me, but let me say something about our organizations and how our organizations can associate with Glory. As you know, Glory name is something brighten sort of things. And Glory, this is the first time I'm going to participate in this platform, in the Glory platform, growth and livelihood opportunity for the rural youth. It is very good, meaningful, meaningful word, glory. And I'm delighted that I want to extend my sadhuvat to my colleague, Mr. Ajad, who has told me to participate in this program today's evening. Then I told, okay, I will, whatever I'm ready to contribute, I will ready to contribute. So I am hearing you, all of you, and I'm very happy to know that all of you are doing a very good job for the betterment of our society, particularly for the rural youth. Now I can tell you something about what MSME having the impact of our rural society, which is the backbone of our economic, our country. So as you told Mr. Devendra, 70% of our population is living in or residing in rural areas. And rural areas, people are not getting so much opportunity to get the employment or to get the dividend of the profit of our country. So our very novel thoughts or our very novel efforts should be there to let them involve in our development, because they are really the deprived people, or they are not giving so much opportunity. So Glory has given a platform to let them assembled on a single platform and get the opportunity of well-being. So it is very good things. So let me extend our again thanks to Glory and people like you who is doing the very good job for the upliftment of the rural youth. So I can tell you that MSME, micro, small and medium enterprises is having a very, very deep-rooted effect in the economy of our country. See, can you imagine that 30% of our GDP comes from MSMEs? 30% of GDPs. So it's marak chamta, a striking power is beyond our imaginations. So you can understand the MSMEs is having 11 crore employment nowadays in India. If you reconcile 3-4 states population of Northeast, even it is less than 11 crores. So can you imagine that the MSME is giving 11 crore employment? 40% of total export is coming from MSMEs. So considering all these aspects, MSMEs is having a very big opportunity, very big opportunity for employment next to agriculture. Though agriculture is having very good platform for giving employment, but it is, unorganized sector. But MSME is having semi-organized sectors. It is somewhere organized, somewhere not organized, somewhere fully organized. So even though its employment generation potential is too much. So considering what I have been given to understand that glory of Bharat, so Glory is having, as I'm going through your literature, the development of ecosystems for artisans, craftsmen, weavers, painters, musicians, farmers, SHG. And now I'm very delighted to add MSCs. If you add MSCs in your Glory components, that will really produce the glory to the nations. So MSC is micro small enterprises, it is having 10 crore investment in terms of production, in terms of transactions, in terms of involvement of plant and machinery. If any unit is having that, its maximum investment or transaction should be not more than 10 crores. So if you compile these definitions, I can tell with proud that more than 90% of the industry comes under MSCs in India. More than 90% of industry which is existing in India comes under the umbrella of MSCs. So we can understand MSCs is the only future for the rural youth. We are having more plans for making empowerment for the rural peoples. So Spurti is one of our very brilliant schemes where we can spread our, technical financial, all assistance to the rural people. And our Ajad is a very, very dynamic officer, and I have put him on that job to spread Spurti in the rural areas. And Spurti is meant for the rural areas. So I can understand that rural people can get a lot of benefit through Glory by the means of MSEs. So in this context, what I mean to say, we are having a very, our Honorable Prime Minister has launched a very good portal that is called Champion Portal under Ministry of MSMEs. So as it says, as its name says, champion portals. Champions means, winner, always the winners. So MSMEs is like winner in respect of creation employment or in respect of giving employment. So in this context, MSMEs is facing a lot of problems for spreading their manufacturing sectors, for spreading their, servicing sectors, for spreading their tourism sectors. Even tourism sectors, if somebody is doing tourism business, that will also under the umbrella of MSEs. If anybody doing for the, handicraft sector, that also come under the SMEs. And you will surprised to know that we are having 358 items reserved for MSEs, in which Government of India, every department, ministry and PSUs has to purchase 100% of their requirement from MSEs. So you can understand that how Ministry of MSMEs has given, blanket umbrella or blanket confidence level high, so that he cannot go here and there for the marketing support. It has been given clear-cut directive to all departments through our cabinet that every departments, every ministry, every CPSUs has to purchase these items, which is reserved item for MSEs, should be 100% purchased by the MSEs, which is reserved item. So this umbrella or support can give a great boom to our MSEs, including your components, Glory components, like craftsmen, artisan, weavers, musicians, farmers, SHG, that will also come under the umbrella of SMEs, and he will give all support in terms of purchasing the products or services from government through SMEs. So this is the 100% reserved item for the purchase of MSEs from the Government of India and its CPSUs. Moreover, I am telling you that apart from this, Government of India has also given a clear-cut mandate to Ministry of MSEs that all departments should purchase 25% of their total requirement from MSEs. Any sort of product. If any sort of product Government of India is giving to publish or to go for purchase through purchase media, through their platform, in that platform, 25% commodities, services, product must be purchased from MSEs. So you can understand how much support MSEs are getting from Government of India. These are the flagship programs for the betterment of the MSEs. Second, I want to tell you that our MSEs or any sort of weavers, craftsmen, if getting problem in taking loans from banks, so I can tell you with a delighted mood that Government of India has given a very clear-cut rule for getting a loan to these sectors, artisan sectors, musician sectors, painter sectors, weaver sectors, to get a loan. That is called CGT MSE, Credit Guarantee Fund for MSEs. And MSEs, if apply for loan, then bank cannot ask for his, collateral security or guarantor. In that case, he applies through CGT MSE to banks. Bank cannot ask for any collateral security. In that case, what happened? Government of India, Ministry of MSMEs become the collateral guarantor. collateral securities for that MSCs. So you can understand even financial support, we are getting a lot of support to MSCs in terms of purchasing. That is the main problem for MSCs to develop their business, that purchasing. Government of India has given a lot of big opportunities for MSCs through purchasing aspects. So a lot of things we are doing in context of creating good MSCs for the betterment of our country. And another thing, as you know, that market linkage, as you are also giving your skill towards skill enhancement, quality infrastructure through market linkage. It is, we are also giving market linkage through our policies, that is called cluster development program, where a lot of MSCs, either handicraft MSCs or weavers MSCs, if they comes under single umbrella, we can give, not only we can give the common facilities centers free of cost, but in that case, many, backward linkage or forward linkage is being provided by our ministry free of cost in terms of training, confidence building, and all sort of things we are giving. So considering all this aspect, we are the catalyst to unlock the rural potentials. So if Glory can put a hand to MSME DIs, then we can be united and give more thrust and give more effectiveness to the upliftment of the rural youth in our country. So in this context, Glory in every states must contact MSMEDI and get through the all policies, rules, regulations, and let it be propagated through Glory in rural areas where your needs are being felt, our needs are being felt. Considering and summing up with my small speech, because I have to go somewhere just now, I will take permission also to you and Mr. Devinder Singh. But summing up with this, my comments, I can tell you, Glory and MSMEDI, 1 + 1 is not 2. I can tell you 1 + 1 is 11. 1 is 11. So multiplying our strength, if Glory and MSMEDI can meet, they can do a lot for the betterment of our youth in rural areas. Thank you, and thank you all of you for hearing me patiently. If any sort of queries and any sort of questions, if you have, you please ask. I'm not there, but my officer, Mr. Ajad, will be there, and he's very convergent with the rules, regulation, and all sort of things. So I will take permission to go to some other work from my work, and I will take permission, Mr. Devinder Singh, and all participants for leaving me in this opportunity. Thanking you. All the best.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Kumar Saab, for your profound thoughts. And before you leave, I would love to, share my thoughts with you. The first is, we are working towards one goal. Our goal is same, and that you have acknowledged, and I'm thankful for that. And you also mentioned that collaboration is the key to success. We all agree. The third profound point that you have talked about is that support to clusters. So let me tell you that we are supporting clusters of honey in Sundarban, and there are several other clusters in Northeast as well as in Kerala being supported by Glory, right? And definitely we have with us the Vice President of ICIB, which is Indian Chamber of International Business. And this collaboration between two organizations is helping us to reach out to 40 countries. So export of Indian products is now being facilitated to more than 40 countries through Glory platform. This is what we have envisioned. And we have the Vice President with us. She will be sharing her profound thoughts. And I'm sure Shri Ajad will update you on her thoughts. So thank you very much for joining us. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Devinder, and thank you all my participants. And I wish all the great success for this program. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Now, friends, we have other immense personalities of immense importance, with us. All of you present here have one thing in common. That is the willingness to do something great for the country. We have Tinku Rajiv Gupta ji. We have Sumit with us. Now let me talk about Sumit. Let me also talk about my dear friend Sanjeev Azad ji. So first of all, let me introduce Sumit to you. Right. So Tinku Gupta ji, I would really love to hear your profound thoughts and particularly reflect on what my friend Sumit says. Right. Sumit has plethora of experience. He works with more than 15 companies and organizations as the advisor, and he is champion and ambassador of Sustainable Development Goal for inclusion and diversity, working very closely with the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. And he is one of the finest gentlemen I have ever met. So now I'll leave the stage to Sumit to talk about him, and then we all could reflect.
Thank you, Devendra ji. It's a pleasure being here.
Welcome.
I hope I'm audible to everyone.
Perfectly well, crisp.
When I first started working with sustainable goals, I noticed that at least 15% of the world's population has some form of disability or the other, right? But we also often fail to notice that there are family members who are not able to contribute to the workforce because they have to take care of the family. In fact, if they have a person with a disability, they are not able to contribute their 100% to their professions, even mentally, right? Not even physically, but mentally. So this is costing the economy trillions of dollars every year, all around the world. US has started to talk about inclusion in a big way. UK has also started to talk about inclusion in a big way. However, it is in a nascent stage in India, as far as India is concerned. But with WLFLO and Glory here, there are so many opportunities that all these people can be given, especially in the MSME sector and the other sectors, because persons with disabilities are very good at their work. They have, contrary to the myth, they have very high concentration power, and they can, dedicatedly and passionately fulfill their work because they value having a dignity. And if you give them that place, if you give them that love, compassion, it always comes back to the company as gaining a valuable employee. Right? It is never about the skill set of a person or whether the person can do it. It is only the doubts that clouds your mind. Opportunities, if given, if they're accepted with love and belonging, they perform at par with their peers or even better. That has been my experience, and as far as my journey is concerned, I am internationally advising 15 companies on matters of diversity and inclusion and public relations. In fact, I believe that after 4 surgeries, I was not supposed to be alive today, and I had a very less chance of surviving. If I can do it, I believe all the other people in India with disabilities can make a better living for themselves. They just need the opportunity and the mindset and the acceptance. I believe will flow and glory will usher a future where nobody is left behind tomorrow.
Thank you.
Right. Thank you. Thank you very much, Sumit. Thank you very much. You know, I'm always moved uh, by, hearing you out. Your energy is highly contagious. You inspire us, you motivate us to put in more efforts. We have
Thank you.
Sangamitra here, we have Tinku Gupta ji, we have Arup Rakshit ji with us, and I'm sure Tinku Gupta ji is, uh, you know, listening to these profound thoughts of yours, and together we will be able to create the market which will be of conscious people, those who don't want to buy products just for the sake of sympathy, but people, those who want to have products based on the value being created by people, whether it be, people with disability or so-called not disability. But I think each one of us, is having some sort of disability, the entire world population of some kind or the other, right? So we are sailing on the same boat. We all are same if we would look from that angle, right? And now let me request Tinku Gupta ji to share her thoughts and let us know how could we collaborate, and how could we create a market in 40 plus countries and together work for the people in rural parts of the country. Friends, let me also take this opportunity to say that, I wish, and it's a proposal from my side to my friend Sumit, that we would love to invite your organization PR Signal as our as official PR partner of Glory, if that's okay with you.
I would love to extend my entire support and my entire dedication to this wonderful cause from the core of my heart.
Wonderful, wonderful, and we really want to walk the talk. We just don't want to, say for the sake of saying. So having a partner, in the form of PR Signal, I'm sure it will add great deal of value to Glory platform for your experience and energy, and at the same time, will help PR Signal reach, the places all across the world. Thank you very much, Sumit. Now over to you, Tinku Gupta ji.
Yeah, namaskar to everyone, and thank you, Devender ji, for providing us a very, very wonderful opportunity to partner in this growth. Sumit is truly inspirational, and since I've myself been part of Rotary, and Sumit is also linked with Rotary, so we kind of relate to each other. That's one thing. Second thing is that on a very personal level, since one of my areas of operation is healthcare, and my thrust area being working for mental wellness, and that's where the compassion actually goes into my work, because I'm driven by this holistic approach in whatever I do. So the same thing when I bring it to the trade and commerce part also, because the world needs to be sustained. All our activities have to be sustained. So in this regard, from ICIB, Indian Chamber of International Business, we are a chamber of commerce, a normal chamber of commerce, but with a little difference. The difference being that we are not only about the sectors, we are about the people who make up the sectors. It could be a freelancer, it could be a small entrepreneur, it could be a single work shopkeeper, right to a corporate. I mean, everyone, it's a one-stop self-support system within our chambers, and we work on these principles. So we are more on the inclusive part. Talking about the international business, of course, um, we are present in more than 41 countries across the globe, and we are working very closely with the government of India, and also with other various other governments across the world, and of course with all the state governments very closely, because government has their own policies, but where we actually have the face the challenges at the execution level. And most of it we are only discussing. Most of the time we should have this, we should do this, but actually when it comes to the action part, very little is done. It is done, but maybe not in a more systematic way, or in a time bound manner. So my take on this, this beautiful journey, we will be more than happy to be part of this wonderful journey. And from the industry perspective, of course, we are here not only to provide the market linkage, but also to develop the skills. I mean, develop the people, the all-round sustainable development of the people who make up the entire ecosystem. So with this, I'm very happy that we are extending our hands and we are joining our hands with Devender ji, the organization, as the ecosystem partners, and our full support at every level will be there. So thank you so much, Devender ji, for providing us this opportunity to be part of your wonderful journey. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Tinku Gupta ji. This really strengthens the platform that we intend to create for people. And you talked about actions. Yes, action is needed. And today we have talked about action. One action is we will walk the talk. We will have Sumit's organization as PR partner of the glory, and this is, for the world to know, for the people to know that we are going to co-create. And second action point that we have in front of us is to reach out to the corporates for the mental wellness program that you talked about. So the glory of Bengal that we have set up, and we worked for about 4 months in Novotel, we are taking it to the next level. Let me take another 40 seconds and explain to you what it is all about. Every Sunday in Novotel, we used to create opportunities for craftsmen, artisans from across 23 districts of Bengal. We gave them opportunity to display their products. The second opportunity was created for musicians. The third for the painters. And now Glory of Bengal is set to create more than 6,800 opportunities in first year itself, alone in Kolkata. If we would take the cumulative figure for the entire Bengal, this number would be more than 150,000 per year. That means more than 150,000 people will get a hope. Their dignity will be restored. We will instill confidence in them that yes, as an organization, we are there with you. And not merely by talks, but by giving them sales opportunity, by giving them recognition, by giving them an opportunity to reach out to potential buyers. Right? So let me ask each one of you, can we pledge, or can we, work towards informing and creating awareness amongst the corporates and organizations to know about the people who are working with us so that they could support them? We have Arup Rakshit ji with us. He works with the weavers communities. And through Glory, we also envision to support the weavers. He will talk about the weavers of Burdwan, which Burdwan produces finest muslin of not just India, but of the world. This muslin was traded against gold, and now these weavers need our support. Can we reach out to our corporates and let them know to support Arup Rakshit ji and various other communities through Glory? Now over to you, Arup Rakshit ji, if you want to share your thoughts with us. Please go ahead. You are muted, sir. Sir, you are muted. Please unmute yourself. Thank you.
Namaskar. Thanks to Glory and the team of the Glory, those who are working restlessly to support the artisans of Bengal and to create an example among the all artisan groups who are working with for the sustainability across the country. Two things I want to mention, because it is a good opportunity today. A lot of important people are here, those who are working on the micro scale, macro scale for the sustainability of the artisans. So what the basic problem we are facing? One thing is that the communication. Communication means the tendency of the artisans to make their traditional work and traditional product. But the world is changing, the taste, cultural feelings, everything is changing. And so the design and people likeness also changing. So the communication, the language of communication, that become very much difficult. I think the designers, what they're saying and what the weaver can do, there is a gap. So, and another gap is that only a weaver cannot make a fabric or saris, anything. A lot of interdependency is there. Just for example, we need good carpenter to maintain the good quality of the loom. We need good carpenter for the charkha. We need good potter to support their work. We need good farmer for sizing of the yarn. So the type of jobs are there and their interdependency is there. But what happened for the mechanization of last 250 years across the world, the handwork become too much difficult to maintain. And handwork, a lot of fake product in the name of handloom, the powerloom is working. We have no objection for the powerloom, but there should be a system so that powerloom have to sell their product in the name of powerloom. There should be a system so that khadi can be sell only khadi. But what is happening, the lot of powerloom product in the market is selling as a name of khadi. And all of the design of jamdani like that, for example, is now machine made. But how can we make the differentiate? And very unfortunate today, Mr. Kumar have led the meeting. I want to mention one thing, the inefficiency of the government, I want to say. There is a reservation act for handloom reservation act. Across our country, none of people till today have been punished by this law. This law is that the 14 product is there that is totally reserved for the handloom. One of them is sari. We know the sari should be handloom, not in powerloom, but the most of the sari, even towel, that is also now making by the powerloom. So the rule is not enough. The execution of rule is very important. And I think the opportunity and the planning of Glory may be an opportunity for us to show the quality of the product. For a lot of hazards, still now the weavers, the artisans, and we are very much proud that the weavers from Bengal in district Bardwan, those who are working with us, they are the finest handmade yarn-made fabric maker of the world, up to 500 count. Still now they are working, they can weave by the loom, by loom. But the challenges is the order and the rate and other things. We are trying to communicate regarding this with our customers, other customers, and we are hopeful that we from Glory we can get a good connection and international buyers connection for this. Thank you very much for all of the supports and opportunity you provide to us on behalf of the artisans of Bardwan. We are thankful to all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Arupji. Thank you very much. I think, we should connect offline, and I would request as Azad Saab, to render his support as how could we support the weavers not only from Burdwan but also from Bihar, different parts of Bihar. And you are highly experienced in this, Arupji. So I think your presence in this team to support the artisans, the weavers of Bihar, is much needed. As other day you were talking about being active in these circles. So thank you once again to you. Now we would open this session for our artisans, our musicians, painters. We have Shubhajit with us. Shubhajit, are you able to hear out?
Yeah, absolutely. You are audible.
Thank you. So let me tell about Shubhajit. What we did in Novotel. Shubhajit is a wonderful painter who got an opportunity there, and he was able to sell his paintings to clients in Australia and other parts of the country and world. So I would request Shubhajit to share his experiences, how Glory created opportunity for you, how WLFLO created value for you.
First of all, at the very outset, I would like to thank you because for garner this praise. So at the beginning, I would like to put forth a few questions because no, I am very much baffled about it. So, what you want to hear from my end? Is it about the will flow and about yourself, or is it about the socio-economic problem? Now, the thing is like that. Now, see, it is not about the dissertation or the thesis. So, I can say so many things regarding the economics because you know very well I'm a very good student in economics as well. So, if you want to know regarding the socio-economic problem of India, so I have thousands of pages and I can say
Shubhajit,
hour after hour.
Shubhajit,
So
we would love to hear your experience. What do you think?
yeah, yes, that
You
is the
found
crux
WLFLO to be?
that I want to say. That is the ultimate crux. And I have to say a few words about the will flow. Yeah. Now, I would like to say about yourself first, about you, that you are a true dreamer. Okay. Which I have felt that personally, that you are a true dreamer, and a true dreamer can build a good society. Okay.
Well, thank you so much for the kind words,
and
Shubhajit. But
and not
I
only
would request you to be very specific on few
yeah
points,
yeah yeah sure. Yeah,
not
I would like to exchange my brownie points only. Okay, I don't want to make enlarge my speech. Okay, so the second thing is like that, that you have unearthed yourself as a good artist as well, because I have witnessed about myself regarding your products. I have seen that, and those products are absolutely very good for the daily usage as well. Okay, not only that, you are stretching your helping hands to the poor as well, those who are the have-nots. Okay, so regarding that case also, it's absolutely a privilege and boon for the society, you can say.
thank you. Thank you.
And not only that, I wish that your will always flow like a river.
Thank you very much for your good words, Shubhajit. Right. So you have been very kind, in sharing your thoughts about me. But again, within 15 seconds, if you could talk how Glory benefited you as a painter.
Definitely, I have benefited myself, and it was my privilege. Okay, on that day, not only that day, even today as well, you can say, because I have so many people and I am having my words with all of you. So it is definitely a privilege from the will flow, which I'm still getting. And not only that, that about these congregations. Okay, in these congregations also I have enriched myself with so many ideas, okay, which many professors have shared their ideas and innovations regarding so many sectors and industries. Okay, so I have gained so many things. Now the thing is like that, regarding you or about you, the entire society getting privileged. Okay, not only me, everyone, those who are related or a part of this will flow. Not
Thank
as
you.
a painter, okay, as a member, as a friend, whatsoever you can say, because I have got a good man Friday like you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Subhujit, for your kind words. And I'm sure, together, each one of us present here will be able to create 1 million plus opportunities by 2026. And that is the ambitious target that is in front of each one of us, right? And another step towards that ambitious target is to reach out to the corporates in Kolkata and different parts of the country and let them know about Glory. We have three different ways corporates could get in touch with Glory. One is their branding and communication can be taken care by Glory. Second is, their employee engagement can be taken care. We provide employee engagement programs. The third is their CSR activities. And in all of these, we have amazing partners. As we have, Shri Sanjeev Azad ji from MSME, and the director of MSME DI Patna was himself present here. He talked about collaboration. The government departments are willing to support us. So I think it is up to us to step forward and build that ecosystem. We also have Tinku Gupta ji with us, and we are now partners in this journey. We have Dr. Puneet Saurav, the Nirma University, various other universities are coming forward. We also have a dear friend, Sanghamitra. Sanghamitra, we would love to hear from you for 2 minutes. If you could share your thoughts, how could your university help us grow further? Over to you, Sanghamitra.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Devendra. It was really amazing to hear all of you. Am I audible?
Very well.
All right. It was really amazing to hear all of you, and I feel so proud whenever I hear the way you are thinking and the path that you are actually forming that will actually lead India and come up from all these this poverty or the people lying below the poverty line and the struggles that they continuously have. From Institute of Engineering and Management and University of Engineering and Management, I already discussed with you that maybe we can give some educational scholarships to the children of the artisans and the farmers if they are willing to pursue higher education, pursue engineering, the courses that is provided by the IMEM group. And at the same time, I was thinking while I was hearing all of you, that for the last few years, I have been doing a lot of international travels. And whenever, I bought a fridge magnet, be it from Canada, from USA, New York, or Las Vegas, from Thailand, Singapore, everywhere, all the fridge magnets which I bought from the airport, from the cities, everywhere it's written made in China. And every garment piece, starting from the mufflers or a coat, majorly China, and a few you can say 2% from Bangladesh, from Pakistan. I never came across anything that's written made in India. So I think this is something that our Prime Minister has also been continuously telling, and this is the opportunity that and the track of path that we all should be thinking, that how we can manufacture in India and put it in the international markets. I will just share another very small experience. Last day, for an event only, I Big Bazaar, Salt Lake, and we needed for the institution's one event, we needed 70 trolley bags, the cabin luggages. So I went and checked our president sir, as you told that consciously we have to be a buyer. So our president sir told that, you know, whatever you take, you try to get it, you know, a product that is made in India. So we were looking for the American touristers. Everything is made in China. And then we tried out the sky bags. There, you know, it's a product of, I think, VIP or something. So we thought that it will be written made in India. Again, it was written made in Bangladesh. And we couldn't find a trolley bag that is labeled as made in India. It was so sad, you know. And we discussed with them. They said, the salesmen and everybody, they said that, madam, we will not get the quality and stuff like this. So I just told them that, see, if you have to think in a different manner, then maybe, you know, you can encourage the Indian brands to come up and give their products here to showcase them. Maybe then we can make a difference. So I think, Devinder, this entire thing that you're doing, I've continuously told you, I heard everybody saying the same thing, that this is the need of the day. And what you are doing is absolutely amazing. I feel so proud to be your friend, to know that somebody's thinking in this way, you know, going beyond your own requirements and perspectives. You're thinking about the actual requirement that our nation needs these days. So it's wonderful. I think we all can collaborate and work together so that we can make WLFLO, we can make Glory a really big success. And maybe, you know, we will travel outside and find the WLFLO products in every single store, and I will be so proud. Okay, all the best to all of you, and thank you for allowing me to speak. I'm deeply honored. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sangamitra. Thank you very much. You have touched upon very important points, quality. And, you know, Glory is trying to make the rural India products aspirational. That is the reason why we are giving opportunities to rural India products and talent in a 5-star property. When products from rural India would find place in 5-star properties, and the elitist of elite would see these products, confidence of these buyers in rural India products will go up. And this is the exact reason of the whole exercise. And Sanjeev Azad ji would you know, agree with me that this is what we presented. This is what I presented in front of the Chief Minister of Mizoram when we were there in Aizawl, that how could we bring the excellence of rural India to the forefront. The whole exercise revolves around this. And now with this, let me open this forum. We have 10 more minutes to go. Let me open this forum for the students and for anyone and everyone to ask question for whosoever, you know, they want to get an answer from. I open this forum in case you have any question. Okay, now let me ask one question from myself. By the time some of the students would get prepared with their questions, okay? So my question is to Azad Saab. Azad Saab, as the director MSME DI Patna has mentioned, what do you think, you know, our next step should be? हमें क्या करना चाहिए आजाद साहब? Next step हमारा क्या होना चाहिए?
Next step that actually already I have submitted the proposals to our ministry to organize some awareness programs with the Glory like WLFLO. Okay, and my suggestion is that you approach to the ministry so that the Glory platform can be organized all over the MSME DIs. And we can introduce the Spurti schemes for the rural youth.
Okay, thank you very much, Azad Saab. You know, I'm sure that will give the much needed impetus, the sudden push to the entire Glory platform. Thank you. So any of the students, do you have any question, my dear friends? Okay. Or Arupji, do you want to have or ask anything to any of the other panelists? If if you feel that some support or some program would help the artisans, the weavers that you are working with, in case there is some financial requirement, if there is any kind of technical requirement from MSME or from other departments.
As because the MSME director from Patna is here, one thing I want to mention, a lot of friends, those who are working in textile sector, particularly in handloom sector in Bihar. Once upon a time, Bihar was very much famous for the handmade yarn-made fabric that is called khadi. But nowadays, particularly from Gaya, from Champaran, these are the famous history, and the international demand is there for khadi material. Though we cannot able to create a local demand that we are trying now, but there is international demand. But there is the problem that the design and the time frame that they are telling, we are not able to meet it, because the all type of yarn is not available. They cannot make it. They make the thicker yarn, the finer yarn, they cannot make it. So various type of demand for the handloom sector. And Sanghamitra, I have told correctly, the internationally, the most of the places, including India also, the dresses and fabric that we are using, that is China made or Bangladesh made. This is one part, but another part is it is not health friendly. This is mainly plastic that now we are using. We are use a very sweet word, it is synthetic, but actually it is polyester yarn made fabric all we are using. So in the COVID situation, the internationally the demand for handmade yarn made product have been increasing. But one thing we need to segregate and to differentiate the fake product, that is very much important for us. So the khadi and MSME handloom sector, we should work with a convergent way. Then only you can make it a successful.
Right. Thank you very much, Arup Rakshitji. Arup Rakshitji, I think your question should also be directed to Tinku Gupta ji, who is working on a diverse geographical areas, as well as in India as well as abroad. So there are 40 plus countries associated with her organization, and more importantly, they're working at grassroots level. Their president of ICIB is immensely focused on creating value for rural Indian products, and he himself has been a big advocate of the products, the gamcha of Assam and various other products of northeastern states. So if I may ask you, to put a straight question to Tinku Gupta ji, so as to what you need, one thing that you think will help at least say 5 weavers to come out of the trap of the vicious circle. They're not able to get good sales, they're not able to generate good revenue, they're not able to buy good raw material, they're not able to take care of their health, and this cycle goes on and on. To break this cycle, if I would ask you for one thing that is needed, what would that be? Maybe together, Tinku Gupta ji, myself, and Sanjeeva Azad ji would, come up with a solution for that.
Main thing we need the support for the order and design. Not only order, the design innovation is also required. The sample what our weaver will do. So the new international design or Europe or other country, their design pattern and motive is different from India. In local, the design and pattern is using, and the weavers are accustomed to do that local design. So the design intervention is one part. For that, we need the help of what is the demand of the international buyers. That is one thing. And simultaneously, the exposure, definitely the exposure is very much we need with the international buyers.
Wonderful, wonderful. Would you want to take on this point, Tinku Gupta ji?
Yes, definitely. Because when I was listening to Arupji, one thing came to my mind is that we are working very aggressively in the garment sector. So in the garment sector, as we found out that somewhere the buttons are manufactured, somewhere the yarn is manufactured, somewhere else the tailoring is taking place. So only if we talk about the garments and the accessories or the apparel sector, the entire thing is interdependent but very much unorganized. So this is the saddest part of the story, and it is a reality. What I feel is that yes, sir was talking about the design part, or what is the requirement in the international market. What we do is we have these kind of exchange programs where like if I talk about Bangladesh, like Bangladesh is also having saris and India is also having saris. But how they are manufacturing or weaving it is different from what we are doing here. If I talk only about Manipuri saris. So Manipuri saris are existing in Bangladesh, but in a different variant. And in India, in Manipur, it's a different thing. So if we could kind of this is one of our areas also is that we are trying to pull in if there is a fusion of art and culture, or what should I say, that fashion is all about whatever you bring to the market. It's not the other way around, that what the market demands. You have to create a demand in the market. So these kind of fusion arts, like reviving the old or dying arts and art forms, if we can translate them, bring the two artisans together to make a fusion out of it, then I think that's itself a fashion in itself, and that is saleable. This is how the international market would look at it. India has a diverse culture. Even if I talk about West Bengal alone, each district has its own unique culture and speciality. So like that, if we can kind of fuse East and Northeast has a lot of things to offer. And luckily I'm having people from the East and Northeast, I think, and we can definitely work this out in terms of a pilot project and see how we can go about. Maybe we can adopt a village and address the needs of the artisans, and then from there on we can take it forward.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you very much, Tinku Gupta ji. So Arup ji, your question was on two fronts. One, what design intervention could be offered, and the second one was how do we position these products in the world market, right? So let me happily say this to you, that this is what Glory is doing. The WLFLO ecosystem is working on 6 pillars. The first pillar is we create rural infrastructure for training and production. The second is we make people skillful so that they could be employable. The third is we provide production facilities, the entire professional way of producing things. The fourth is the design intervention. Without good design, we cannot come up with sellable products. And we are doing this in collaboration with designers from NID, NIFT, from Paris and New York. And I'm very happy to mention that WLFLO products reached New York Fashion Week in 2018 and 2019. Our products went there. And then we have another, department, which is WLFLO forward linkage services. So 2 important aspects. One, design intervention, and from design thinking point of view, not that 100-year-old design. No one likes that. We want newness. We want innovation. This is what we are trying to bring in. And second is placement of these products. Now, Arup ji, a product made by your weavers in a village, if we are able to position that product in a 5-star hotel, say in Bangalore or in Mumbai or in Kolkata, I think the likelihood of getting that product will go certainly up, many folds up, right? This is what we are trying to achieve, and let's hope together we will be able to create many sustainable opportunities in the across country. With this, I thank everybody for joining us and making this session a successful one. We all are enriched with your perspectives and views, and let us connect offline and take this mission forward. Once again, thank you very much for joining. Jai Hind.